We're recording. This is Michael Paredes interviewing Zella Day. Do I have your permission to interview this? Or to record this, I'm sorry.
Permission to record this.
Okay, alright. So what's it like, I guess, being on tour in general? What's that like for you?
Being on tour in general, I mean, that's a loaded question because it's a lot of things for a lot of different people, just depending on what kind of music you play. And for me, tour has changed dramatically within the past 6 months. I started opening up for a band earlier this year. And that's rough because, you know, you get like B, grade B, green room, and you're having to go on stage early, and so you're having to prove yourself to this crowd that doesn't really know you yet, so you're really having to work harder than you would headlining. Although it's still hard work, and I'm headlining now, but I mean, the shows are much more rewarding because I have people like you showing up that know the words to my songs, and so it's one of those things that inspires me to write the next record. You know what I mean? So it's beautiful. Tour is beautiful.
That's amazing. So Kicker came out 2 months ago, you said, and I know you released a couple of EPs before. This is your first full-length album.
Yeah.
So how's that like in contrast to the EP and sort of representing yourself in a more...
Feels very vulnerable. Feels very vulnerable. I'm putting a lot out there on Kicker. 12 songs that are just brutally honest. I feel like I didn't hold back, which I'm very proud of, and every song on the record I'm really, really lucky to be playing each night because it's a true representation of who I am, and I think it's setting me up for great things in the future, which is more music and more records.
Very true.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you say you're playing in Ohio and Cleveland for the first time.
Yeah.
What's that like for you right now?
Well, now that we're done with the show, great. I felt like everybody was really excited to have me here.
I think so. I noticed before us you were talking to someone else. They talked about your energy and how it kind of emanates from you and emanates from the stage. And I totally felt that. And what does it feel like to just feel like you have such a strong presence and just feel like other people feel that and you sort of...
Well, music to me is like a meditation. It's the closest thing to God to me. And I'm not religious, actually. I was not raised religiously. But I definitely believe in a higher power, and I think that music is my way to be completely at one with the universe, and I really feel that when I'm performing and when I'm writing. So maybe that energy you're talking about is exactly that. It's when I'm completely at peace in my physical body and in my emotional body.
Okay. All right, so that kind of brings me to sort of my last question, sort of a segue here. I'm an aspiring creative person. I actually would love to do music. I would love to. I've never performed like you did just on stage, but I have my aspirations. I'd love to do that someday. You kind of answered it, but if more directly, like if you had to say sort of some advice or just your thoughts for someone like me who wants to get to that point or wants to feel that the way that you're feeling it, what's your thought or what would you like to share to somebody like that? Maybe.
This might sound abstract, but your soul knows exactly what you're supposed to do. So I really believe that if you're listening to your calling, you'll know when you're on the right path. It'll be very clear what you're supposed to do as long as you're working hard, and you're working hard for the right reasons. So if you're making genuine art, then good things are going to come to you. And at the end of the day, you're the only one that can be you, and you're the only one that can sing the songs that you write. And so in that is kind of, I guess, where the grounding force is. You have a good foundation just being yourself.
That's really great. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you answering these questions and for your insight.
Signing off.
Yes, you're amazing. Thank you.